In his State of the Union address on January 6, 1941, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt offered his 4 freedoms and his vision for the future of every person, everywhere in the world.
In the future days, which we seek to make secure, we look forward to a world founded upon 4 essential human freedoms. The first is freedom of speech and expression everywhere in the world. The second is freedom of every person to worship God in his own way everywhere in the world. The third is freedom from want, which translated into world terms means economic understandings which will secure to every nation a healthy, peacetime life for its inhabitants everywhere in the world. The fourth is freedom from fear, which translated into world terms means a worldwide reduction of armaments to such a point and in such a thorough fashion that no nation will be in a position to commit an act of physical aggression against any neighbor anywhere in the world.
A year later, President Roosevelt would call the first 26 nations who shared his vision the United Nations. The United Nations we know today was officially formed on October 24, 1945, and on December 10, 1948, the UN General Assembly adopted the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which states, "The advent of a world in which human beings shall enjoy freedom of speech and belief, and freedom from fear and want, has been proclaimed as the highest aspiration of the common people." In 1948, there were 51 members in the United Nations. Today, there are 193.
Ladies and gentlemen, we meet again in the quest for peace.
There's many who doubted that agreement could ever be reached by these 50 countries, differing so much in race and religion, in language and culture.
They even helped to carry the desks in.
We stand today at the threshold of a great event, both in the life of the United Nations and in the life of mankind. This Universal Declaration of Human Rights may well become the international Magna Carta of all men everywhere.
In order to eliminate the threat to the peace in Palestine, an armistice shall be established in all sectors.
An armistice agreement has been entered into between the United Nations Command and the commanders of the communist forces in Korea.
For the first time in the world's history, a permanent international body to deal exclusively with the problems of non-self-governing peoples.
We will be even prouder when we can leave the Congo solely and fully in the good hands of its own people.
Dag Hammarskjöld is dead, but the United Nations lives.
We've seen a return to democracy in many countries.
I hereby certify that the electoral process in Namibia has been free and fair.
The dawn of a new era.
I therefore have the honor to declare the Republic of Namibia membership in the United Nations.
The major contributor to the success of the election of the Haitian people. They decided to come out and to vote on the side of their own destiny.
The people of Mozambique who once again proved their commitment to democracy and a strong will to live in peace and harmony.
The Treaty for the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons. It is the most important international agreement in the field of disarmament since the nuclear age began.
We should not confuse the signing of agreements with the solving of problems.
Much work remains to be done, but the significant progress represents real successful diplomacy.
United Nations peacekeeping forces received the Nobel Peace Prize for 1988.
Peacekeeping operations symbolizes the world community's will to peace.
The creation of a UN peacekeeping force for Cyprus could only come about by positive action of this Council.
The protection of civilians is at the center of the United Nations peace and security agenda.
The first session of the International Tribunal for serious violations of international humanitarian law committed in the former Yugoslavia.
We have 113 trucks a day. At the same time, it is not like going through Fifth Avenue. We have to negotiate with checkpoints everywhere in order to make sure that we reach the people.
We're starting with no government, no civil services. Nothing remains in Somalia except some spirit and some hope.
I need your assistance so that I will be able to convince the member state to continue to offer the humanitarian assistance.
The right of life, the right to be free from torture and physical maltreatment, a lack of fair trial, limitations on freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of movement.
I am here to listen to you. I am here to learn. Tell me, frankly, how you believe the United Nations, myself and my colleagues can be helpful to you.
Minutes ago, an explosion ripped through a hotel in central Baghdad, the headquarters for the UN.
The UN and the international community here have been simply stunned by what's happened. Officials are saying they believe it was a suicide attack.
100 people are wounded and 22 killed.
Today we share our shock and sorrow at the loss of people we loved.
Democracy, which everybody is striving for, is really a rather meaningless phrase if people don't have enough to eat.
The international economic situation has become harsh and unfavorable for all developing countries, especially Africa.
Realizing every person's rights to food is a moral and humanitarian imperative. Hunger is a stain on humanity. We are working together as a movement to tackle hunger now and in the future.
The humanitarian case is clear. It will be the world's poorest citizens who will be hardest hit by climate change.
Every week we're seeing evidence that accelerated climate change is here right now. None of this is hysteria. It is fact.
And I'm beginning to wonder how many more alarm bells must go off before the world rises to the challenge. Only courageous leadership will make the goals of Paris a reality.
Behind every refugee, behind every migrant, there is a family, there is skills, knowledge, there is a story, and above all, I would say, incredible resilience.
It is the first intergovernmental meeting in the world where women form part of virtually every delegation.
We want to end gender inequality. And we don't just want to talk about it. We want to try and make sure that it's tangible.
Unless you disperse, it will forever remain. I shall have to use force. An indelible blight on human history. That it took as long as it has before all of us stood up to say, enough is enough.
Each lantern represents the hope we have for our future because of the commitments you have made to the global goals.
A renewal of commitment by leader after leader. This is absolutely critical to respond to challenges that affect all countries. We are off track. Let's make it a turning point for people and for planet and deliver a decade of action in achieving the SDGs.
The whole humanity is in this fight together. It is, I think, time for unity.
Today's United Nations does more than ever before. It does it better than ever before. Yet, our work is far from complete. Indeed, it will never be.
The Naples Council on World Affairs is very proud of our Model UN's 30-year history in Southwest Florida, and particularly proud of the thousands of students and dozens of teachers who have participated throughout the years.
I congratulate all the delegates, judges, educators, and other volunteers who for 3 decades have made Model UN such a marvelous success. Here's to 30 more.
Good morning. My name is Mo Winograd. I'm Vice Chair of Model UN, and I've been involved with Model UN for the last 12 years, and it's been a thrill. So many of you have gone on to have brilliant careers in the Foreign Service, and we're all so proud of you. We're very excited to see what happens with this year's group of stars, so best of luck to you on our 30th anniversary.
Well, happy birthday, everyone, and congratulations to all who've participated over the past 30 years in this wonderful Model United Nations program. Working in concert with the Florida Gulf Coast University and the Naples Council on World Affairs, there's so much we can be very proud of, looking not only to the past, but to a very bright future. I'm Alan Van Egmond, and I'm the chairperson this year of the Model United Nations program, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you in this wonderful celebrational period. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, my name is Nicole Stanko, and last spring I worked with many of you and the Naples Council on World Affairs for SWFLMUN. I was involved with Model UN my freshman year of high school up until graduating college. It taught me so much, not only about international relations and debate, but also public speaking, critical thinking, research, writing, all skills that are helpful and applicable throughout your careers. In college, I also interned at the Department of Justice in an immigration firm because of the foundation that I learned as a delegate. And right after graduating college, I started working for a nonprofit as their philanthropy officer. Even though I didn't follow the path of a politician or government official, I truly would not have been offered this opportunity without Model UN, specifically SWFLMUN. My favorite professor said, "Find something you love doing, then get paid for what you love and it doesn't feel like work. Take advantage of what you're learning here. It will pay off." Congratulations on being a part of SWFLMUN's 30th anniversary, and I wish you the best of luck.
Congratulations to the Naples Council on World Affairs for sponsoring one of the premier events here in Southwest Florida, an event that has for the past 30 years inspired all of us to become better citizens of the world. Congratulations to all of you here today and to all of the thousands of people who have participated over the last 30 years.
Hello, my name is Jan Johnson, and I have been fortunate enough to be a volunteer for the Model UN program. I would like to offer my congratulations to the Naples Council on World Affairs on their 30-year anniversary of providing a Model UN program. 30 years of providing the Model UN program to the high school students of Southwest Florida to acquaint them with the workings of the United Nations. 30 years of providing a worldwide program to foster the understanding of and debate of global issues. Again, congratulations to Model UN on your 30-year anniversary with the Naples Council. May there be many more.
Hey all, Frank Mitchell here, and I've been privileged to be a judge for this amazing program over the years. So a hearty congratulations to Model UN on their 30th anniversary. To have the ability to watch, listen, and marvel as these bright young delegates who have prepared, researched, and then engaged on these complex issues is just a joy beyond words. As every year goes by, I'm more convinced than ever that my generation is passing the baton, so to speak, to a bright, engaged, and a knowledgeable student group that can and will tackle tomorrow's problems with skill and dexterity. Bravo, Model UN.
Congratulations to the Naples Council on the 30th anniversary of Model UN. My husband, Gregor, and I eagerly look forward to our participation at the FGCU Model UN as we have for the past 5 years. It is truly inspirational to see so many bright, talented students engaged in serious study of international affairs when international affairs have never been more important. Our favorite moments come at the award ceremony, when the Star Scholars receive the same cheers and accolades as their classmates do on the football field and the basketball court. We send our wishes for another wonderful 30 years.
Hi, this is Rick Coughlin. from Florida Gulf Coast University, and I want to congratulate the Naples Council on World Affairs for 30 years of Southwest Florida Model United Nations. And I've been around for 25 of those 30 years, and so I've seen how we've educated and enriched the lives of thousands of students, hundreds of volunteers, and scores of my own students at Florida Gulf Coast University. So thank you, Naples Council on World Affairs. Great job, and I look forward to a great future.
Hi delegates, my name is Hannah Nusser, a previous chair at Southwest Florida Model United Nations and a current associate at the United Nations Foundation in Washington, D.C. I'm so thrilled to announce that I'm going to be the 2023 guest speaker at SWFLMUN, which also happens to be the 30th anniversary of SWFLMUN at Florida Gulf Coast. I'm so excited to see the amazing array of debate that's going to come up on global issues such as climate change, international security, human rights, and more. So good luck in your preparation, and I'll see you there.
Congratulations, SWFLMUN, on 30 years.
Congratulations, SWFLMUN, on 30 years.
Congratulations, SWFLMUN, on 30 years.
Welcome teachers, coaches, judges, and students to the Naples Council on World Affairs Model United Nations 30th Anniversary Conference. You all deserve to be most proud. Each of you, like the thousands of others who have participated in this event over the past 30 years, are the living legacy of President Franklin Roosevelt's vision of countries working together to create a world where all people, everywhere in the world, are free to express themselves and worship as they would like and live without fear and without want. Let the 30th Annual Naples Council on World Affairs Model United Nations Conference begin.